He's America's most high-profile and influential spiritual leader. Pastor Rick Warren is a rock star when it comes to religion.
Hello, Saddleback!
You've seen him on the covers of magazines. He's the author of the blockbuster bestseller, The Purpose-Driven Life. But the bedrock of his fame, he's the founder and leader of one of America's largest mega churches.
Good morning, Saddleback.
Rick Warren may be a beacon for millions, but like so many of us, he has battled his weight for 30 years.
I've only gained 2 or 3 pounds a year, but I've been at this church for 30 years, so I need to lose 90 pounds. You know what? I have taken my body for granted. God says your body is the temple of His Spirit, so I'm supposed to take care of that. And that's a bigger motivation than just, I want to look good and I want to feel good.
My next guest has brought spiritual guidance to millions and has helped so many. But for years, he was neglecting his own weight crisis. Until now. This project has made me realize that faith could be the key to mobilize our nation's fight against obesity.
The first month and a half, our church has lost the equivalent of a 747 jumbo jet.
I cannot help people with their health problems all around the world and A, ignore my own, and B, ignore those in my church.
Because Rick's program is about being truthful to your body and to your soul.
That's right.
He's been called the leader, he's been called the minister. You've done that for millions of people over and over again. But you couldn't help yourself.
Yeah.
Couldn't help yourself in your own weight crisis. Did you feel like a failure?
You know, Dr. Oz, I think every mother watching would understand this. I was so busy helping others, I wasn't helping myself. Now, I can't ask my congregation to get in shape when I'm such a poor example of this. I need to, as the Bible calls it, repent, which means to turn around, make a change. And we're going to start with physical health before we deal with financial, mental, emotional, relational, and all these others, because people don't have the energy to change the other areas of their life until they're in good shape. Let's give us the, you know, the Bible and scriptures are literally filled with health advice. We just ignore it. You know, I'm all about purpose, and so the purpose for me moved beyond simply looking good and feel good. The truth is, fear didn't scare me. But when all of a sudden I realized, this is a gift that God has given me, my body, and if I don't take care of it, one day He'll probably say, what did you do with what you were given? And part of that was your body.
We got a crisis in this country right now with adults and their kids being obese.
Yes.
So is God trying to give us willpower? Why isn't that happening? Why can't people go from point A to point B?
I think this is one of the biggest myths that people have about getting in shape. Willpower is not enough. I've learned this as a pastor in every area of life. What you have to do is change the autopilot in your life. Now, the autopilot is the way you think. So this is the spiritual element that's actually missing in a lot of behavioral change, is that you cannot just change the behavior without the way we think affects the way we feel, and the way we feel determines the way we act. If you want to change the way you act, you got to start back here in the mind. The battle starts in the mind.
Why are weight loss groups so important? How do they help you lose weight?
Yeah, well, we're made to get well in community. Well, God wired us to need each other. You know, actually in the Bible, there are 58 one another's. It says love one another, care for one another, help one another, serve one another. It is the mutual service to each other. And so that's why we emphasize the importance of group. And you say, well, who do you get? Friends. People you hang out with. Anybody. Neighbors, friends, family, people from church, people you play soccer with, your kids play soccer with. And they share results. They share support. Some of them actually measure themselves and take in numbers. They know your 5 right up front, all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes they cook together. They share recipes together. Sometimes they walk together. They pray together. It's a building life together in community.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science.
All these things, see my kids grow up, love my body, energy. Give me some more of that so I can do the things I love to do in life.
If you don't have a goal, then you're headed nowhere. All right. Because I said I was going to lose 90 pounds this year.
Right. So, Pastor Rick Warren, when I met him 2 months ago, he weighed 290 pounds.
That's a manly man.
Manly man. Today, you've lost, what's the number?
26 pounds.
264 pounds.